Good evening and welcome back to the Mindful Model Makers Workshop. I've been working on this boat. It's a Microcraft model. I think designed somewhere around about 1955. So it's quite old. And as far as I can see, this is an original one. I just literally printed this one straight onto a card. Because I was having problems with the paper, so I just went straight onto card, and it's had about 3 coats of a varnish to seal the ink in so that the ink doesn't run. So it's not easy to make, it is fiddly, so I'll just go through the points that I did. So all I've got on here is one piece here that goes right the way round, and this piece is on it, and this is the second piece. There's only 2 pieces there, which are the first 2 pieces on here, which I'll show you. So really what you need to do is cut this out as accurate as you can. And the most important bits are these little V's here, because when it goes down in, it gives you that kind of shape there. So there are 2 important bits to take note of when you're doing that. Then cut them as accurate as you can, the V's. Then cut the hull out, which is quite reasonable to do. Score down, as it says. I haven't folded the end bits in yet because I'm going to wait till I assemble. Because what I like to do is assemble the bits, kind of dry first, and see what is happening. I haven't glued these bits around again because of what goes on underneath. All right, so then you can cut this bit out, because that's where this fuel tank will fit in this piece here. So this is the fuel tank here, which is that bit there. Okay, this bit, I haven't done it yet, but I've seen it. You cut that out and you stick the hull so it actually goes round the inside of this blue line. Okay, and it tells you to crease down. There are instructions, but don't necessarily make it in the order the instructions say, because it's not always. I would suggest to make up some of the parts and have dry runs at fitting. Right, going back to this. So I cut this all out, scored down the dotted lines, cut the piece out in the middle here. Right, then what you needed to do is to then get this bit here, score down where these 3 tabs are at the front, and then once you've bent that down, so you bend it down like that, bring the front round, obviously it hasn't got that bit on it, and then glue the 3 tabs on the inside, so they're down in there right at the point. Okay, and then just kind of clamp it with your finger or something on there to hold it quite tight, or if you've got some tweezers that you can get up in there to clamp it tight with. Because what you need to do, don't worry about this shape, because this shape won't be the same as that. It will balloon out a bit more than that, but worry about that later. And then let that dry for a couple of hours. The secret with this is to let it dry in between each bit, because the card can go soggy when you put the glue on. This rocket glue is excellent stuff, but it does weird things to card and paper. But once it dries, that's it. It's on there. It's a bit like a super glue for paper, really. So let that go off. Then the next bit is bend down these triangular pieces that go around this front bit. Okay, put a little curve on it. All right, it says score and fold. Put a little kind of curve on it, so you can see there on the drawing it's got that. And all I did was turn it upside down and put one of the rollers that I use for the car just on it, just to break the back of it, but without putting a crease in. So it gives it that curved shape across. You can see it just curving across there like so. All right. So that's how you do that bit. Then after that, I then matched it up with one side of the hull and stuck one of them. So you've got this shape here. I bent one of them down, pushed the front, this tip right up in to the tip of the boat. And then when I did that, I just put glue on there and then fixed it, and then just left it again for about 2 hours to set. Then I came all the way down one side, all the way down there, and glued round that piece there. Now the reason I haven't not showing you anything, because the video would take hours and I think you might get bored. So do down one side, then obviously that gives the shape. Then kind of push the front in, and then what that will do, I didn't glue it onto this back bit yet either, because you need the movement backwards and forwards, because when you push this in, obviously slides it up and down. But you can see it says glue to the underdeck, so you glue it underneath. Okay, but I left that free at that moment. Then I went round to the other side, pushed it in and glued this, and then worked my way down there, and eventually got the shape of the hull like so. So there we are on there. All right, it's not perfect, but it's pretty reasonable to start with. So my next bit to do is to then start cutting out these next bits. So that's what I'll be doing next. So I thought I'd just give you an update. The reason I haven't made many videos at the moment is because I'm in the process of moving. So I haven't got a lot of time because I'm doing packing, but I'm still carrying on making the models. That's why I went over to these small models for the moment, because I can work out of a little tiny box, so I don't need vast amounts of room in order to make them. So yes, so that's where we are with the boat so far. So I'll carry on then and get some more of the superstructure cut out and start to put. I'm probably not going to put this base on the hull, or the keel as they call it. I'm not going to put that on yet because of working in this area, because you need access underneath. So think, when you're putting it together, have a look at it, see where it's going, and then think, now if I put that on, will that get in the way of something else? Try and work that out, because the instructions are all right, they're there, but they're not what I would call perfect instructions. So anyway, that's where we are on the boat. So it goes together reasonably well. I should probably give that another couple of coats of varnish now before I do anything else to it as well. And up inside to start to waterproof it. So, yeah. So this it's got a bit of a tartan pattern, but that's the card that I use. And I think it will strengthen up because of the curvatures in the deck and all the other bits and pieces. They will all go towards strengthening. So I think it will be all right once it's done. So anyway, I'll see you in the next video, and if you like, please subscribe. Then you can follow along with the build of this particular boat, and there will be other models coming up soon. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.